Nathan here from the eBookReader.com. For this video I've got the new Kobo wireless ebook reader. It comes in a couple of different color options. There's a couple of white models with different colored backs. The backs have got this really cool soft textured feel. So all your navigation is done with this navigation button. It's kind of got a cool rubbery feel to it too. Down here you got USB port. Up top you got SD card slot and power button. Then over here there's 4 buttons for quick navigation, going to the home menu, shopping, and the back button. Okay, so here's a look at the ebook store from the Kobo Wi-Fi. You got some different options for categories. There's the free section. You can also pull up the search bar to type in some searches with the on-screen keyboard. So obviously it's all set up here for the mobile site. It's a lot like the Kobo's regular site. So what it does is it lays everything out in a list view. I'll show you in a second. Okay, and then you can scroll through these this way, and then jump to different subcategories or switch pages up here. And there's also they've added some new newspaper and magazine subscriptions recently. I'll show you a demo of that real quick here pretty soon. So yeah, basically that's how the Kobo ebook store sets up. You got an online account where you sign in, and then it syncs all your books with your Kobo software. Well, let me go ahead and show you some ebooks, how they display on this device. So it supports EPUB and a PDF. You can load your own EPUB and PDFs on here. And it also supports text. And you can get library ebooks using Adobe Digital Editions to transfer the books. So basically this is when you load a book, it does take a couple of seconds to load it up. It'll show you the book cover if it's one loaded through Kobo. So books loaded or bought through Kobo and books loaded, they have a couple of different options. So the Kobo books will have the menu button over here. The Kobo books have a dictionary, and they have this display option where you can force the justification left if it's fully justified, whereas regular your side-loaded content does not have that option. And so when you load your side-loaded content, it'll give you a quote instead of the book cover. So like I was saying, you don't have the dictionary and your side-loaded content like this. Okay, so what you do have is you have the table of contents. Next chapter, the previous chapter, it does not have like a specific go-to page function. I think they said they will be adding that with the upcoming firmware update along with bookmarks. It remembers your last page that you visited for each book, but it doesn't actually have bookmarks at this time. And so some other things, if you push the up and down buttons on this pad down here, it'll change the text size. The text looks really good on this new screen. It's got the Visplex screen, but it's the newer Visplex screens. The text is pretty good and dark. Let me show you some other things here real quick on that other one. So there isn't a landscape mode for these ebooks. There is a landscape mode in PDFs. Okay, so like I said, oops, I hit my home menu. Oops, wrong button. That happens from time to time. Got to load it back up again. So yeah, it's definitely slower than the Sonys and the Kindle as far as loading goes. But what I was getting at here is, so for the Kobo content, you have the dictionary, and then when you do that, it pops up this cursor in the middle of the page, and then you move your navigation wheel to whatever you want, and then you select the word, and it'll bring up the dictionary. Okay, so a couple of other options. There's the couple of different display settings here. Like I said, you can change the font with the buttons down here, or you can come in here and change the font. And there's also a serif and sans serif option. So let me show you the smallest font size real quick so you can get an idea of what that looks like. So the page turns are pretty quick. Let me show you some bigger fonts. All the way up to the largest. And okay, let me show you some other things real quick. Let me show you the newspaper subscriptions. I went ahead and downloaded a sample of the New York Times. So actually, overall, I'm kind of impressed with the Kobo Reader. I really wasn't expecting a whole lot. It's kind of a basic e-reader. I mean, it doesn't cost a whole lot. It doesn't have a whole lot of options as far as like bookmarking and stuff goes. I think they'll be adding that. But overall, as far as reading goes, it gets the job done. So for the newspaper, it sets everything up in different sections. Then you can come in here to your menu and toggle jump between sections, and you can view the section list. Oops, I went one too far. So that's the front page that we were just viewing. So if you want to come down to different sections, it's all navigatable through here. It does take it a couple seconds to load each time. And then it'll lay out all your all your articles in that section, and then you use the arrow to move the hyperlink thing, and then you got your pictures right there. And then it'll also, at the end of the article, you have options to go to the front or the next section or the next article. Okay, so the last thing we show you real quick here is the PDFs. PDF support's not really complex or anything. Let me show you this one right here. It does have zoom. It doesn't have any reflow. But overall, it does like what you would expect to do as far as a 6-inch screen goes. It's not super readable. I don't know how you can see that in person or on the screen. Let's see here. So some of the options. So you've got table of contents, and then 4 zooming options. Sorry about that sun glare there. The sun's kind of right on the screen. So you got different zooming options, whole page, and there's 100 to 200% increments of 25. There's also landscape mode, which in this thing it'll show it like that because it's on the whole page setting. You can go into, let's zoom it 125%, and then once you zoom it, it'll put up these arrows. And so a solid arrow means you are you can go up farther, and the arrow like that means it'll turn to the solid arrow is the turns to the next page, and the next arrow like that means it's got scroll room. So that's how that works. Again, the scroll works the same way in the portrait mode. Just scrolls around right there and then turns the pages once it gets to the edges. Okay. So the Kobo, it comes with a whole bunch of free ebooks. It comes with 100 classic ebooks, and so you got the different sorting sections up here. It'll put your books right here, and you can sort by different letters. There's different options in the menu right here for title, author. And you can quickly jump to your other documents as well. So documents like your PDFs and stuff goes into that section. Okay, that about wraps up the Kobo WiFi wireless ebook reader review. Check out the ebookreader.com. I got a written review and some more details on that. Thanks for watching.